Ra, the sun god, is one of the central figures in ancient Egyptian mythology and religion. He was regarded as the creator of the world, the source of life, and the ruler of all gods. Ra was often depicted as a man with a falcon head, crowned with a sun disk encircled by a sacred cobra, symbolizing his supreme power and divine authority. Creation myth and role as creator. According to Egyptian cosmology, Ra was the original being who emerged from the primordial waters of Nun, the chaos from which everything was created. He appeared from a blue lotus flower, bringing light to the cosmos and thus creating the universe. In some versions of the myth, Ra created himself, coming into existence without the help of any other god. Once Ra brought the sun into existence, he created all living things. Humans were said to have been created from Ra's tears and sweat, emphasizing his intimate connection to life itself. As the supreme deity, Ra ruled over all the gods and ensured that the natural order, known as Ma'at, balance, harmony, and justice, was maintained in the world. Daily journey across the sky. Ra's most iconic role was his daily journey across the sky. Each day, he sailed his sunboat, called the Manjet, the boat of millions of years, from the eastern horizon to the western horizon, bringing light and warmth to the world. This journey symbolized life, growth, and energy, and it ensured the survival of all living beings. 18 night. Ra embarked on a perilous voyage through the underworld, Duet, in his night boat, the Mesektet. This part of the journey was fraught with danger, as Ra had to pass through various gates guarded by terrifying monsters and malevolent forces. His greatest enemy was the chaos serpent Apophis, also called Apep, who tried to devour Ra and prevent the sun from rising again. In this cosmic struggle between order and chaos, Ra was aided by other gods, such as Set, who fought Apophis to ensure that Ra could complete his journey and bring light back to the world every morning. Ra's relationship with other gods. As the king of the gods, Ra was worshipped throughout Egypt and was often merged with other deities to enhance his authority. The most prominent example of this is Ammonius Ra, a combination of Ra and Ammonius, the god of Thebes. This fusion symbolized Ra's widespread influence across all of Egypt. Ra was also connected to Horus, the sky god, who was often seen as his earthly counterpart. Over time, Ra became associated with other deities, such as Atum, the creator god, and Khepri, the scarab beetle god who represented the morning sun. These associations made Ra a multifaceted deity, representing different aspects of creation, life, and the cosmos. Ra's decline and legacy. In the later periods of Egyptian history, Ra's prominence was slightly diminished as other gods, such as Osiris and Isis, gained more followers. However, Ra never lost his status as the sun god and the ultimate source of life. His influence continued through the New Kingdom and beyond, and even in Roman times, he was still worshipped. Ra's legacy lived on not only in Egyptian religious practices, but also in their architecture. Many temples and monuments, including the Great Pyramids, were built in alignment with the sun to honor Ra. The ancient Egyptians believed that their pharaohs were direct descendants of Ra, embodying his divine power on earth. The myth of Ra continues to be a symbol of light overcoming darkness, the eternal struggle between order and chaos, and the constant cycle of death and rebirth that governs both the cosmos and human life.
Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt. Complete story. Cleopatra VII was born in 69 BCE in Alexandria, Egypt. She was part of the Ptolemaic dynasty, which was of Macedonian Greek origin. After her father, Ptolemy XII Auletes, died, Cleopatra initially co-ruled with her brother Ptolemy XIII. Their relationship was tumultuous, leading to a civil war. In 48 BCE, Cleopatra aligned with Julius Caesar to regain her throne. Their alliance was both political and romantic, resulting in a son named Ptolemy XV Philopator Philometor Caesar, commonly known as Caesarion. With Caesar's support, Cleopatra became the sole ruler of Egypt. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE, Cleopatra aligned with Mark Antony, one of Rome's leading figures. Their partnership was marked by both political and romantic elements. Together, they had 3 children: Alexander Aelios, Cleopatra Selene II, and Ptolemy Philadelphus. Cleopatra and Antony's relationship provoked the ire of Rome, particularly Octavian, the future Emperor Augustus. Octavian declared war on Cleopatra and Antony, framing it as a war against a foreign queen who threatened Rome's stability. The decisive confrontation came at the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, where Octavian's forces defeated Antony and Cleopatra's fleet. In 30 BCE, after their defeat, Antony committed suicide. Cleopatra, facing the humiliation of being paraded in a Roman triumph, chose to end her own life, traditionally believed to be by the bite of an asp, a venomous snake. Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic rule and the beginning of Roman control over Egypt. Cleopatra remains a captivating figure in history, remembered for her intelligence, political savvy, and the dramatic end to her dynasty.
5 enigmatic tales from Egyptian mythology. Egyptian mythology, with its pantheon of gods and goddesses and rich tapestry of myths, has captivated people for millennia. These stories offer profound insights into the ancient Egyptians' understanding of the world, their spirituality, and their daily lives. Let's journey through 5 fascinating aspects of Egyptian mythology that reveal the magic and mystery of this ancient civilization. In the primordial chaos of Nun, the vast cosmic waters, lay the potential for creation. From this formless void, a small island of stability emerged, the Ben stone. Atop this stone stood the creator god Atum, who fashioned himself out of nothingness. Atum brought forth the first divine couple, Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture, from his own being. These deities gave birth to Geb, the earth god, and Nut, the sky goddess, whose love was so strong that it needed to be separated to allow creation to flourish. The cosmic egg from which the universe hatched is a testament to the Egyptian view of the world as a balance between order and chaos, light and darkness. Osiris, the benevolent ruler of Egypt, was beloved by his people and his wife, Isis. However, his jealous brother Set sought to usurp the throne. Set cunningly tricked Osiris into lying in a beautifully crafted coffin, which he then sealed and cast into the Nile. The grieving Isis embarked on a perilous quest to find and resurrect her husband. With the help of her sister Nephthys and the jackal-headed god Anubis, Isis succeeded in bringing Osiris back to life. However, Osiris could no longer rule the living and instead became the god of the underworld, guiding souls to their final rest. This tale of love, betrayal, and resurrection highlights the Egyptians' belief in life after death and the enduring power of love. Ra, the sun god, was the king of the gods and the master of the sky. Each day, Ra sailed across the heavens in his solar bark, illuminating the world. As night fell, Ra descended into the underworld, where he faced his greatest enemy, Apophis, the serpent of chaos. Apophis sought to devour Ra and plunge the world into darkness. The nightly struggle between Ra and Apophis was a cosmic battle of order versus chaos. Each dawn marked Ra's victory and the promise of a new day, reinforcing the cyclical nature of time and the Egyptians' belief in the constant struggle to maintain balance in the universe. The Great Sphinx of Giza, with its majestic lion's body and human head, stands as an enduring symbol of ancient Egyptian grandeur. According to myth, the Sphinx was a guardian figure, protecting sacred spaces from malevolent forces. One legendary tale tells of a young prince, Thutmose IV, who fell asleep in the shadow of the Great Sphinx. In a dream, the Sphinx spoke to him, promising that he would become pharaoh if he cleared away the sand burying its body. Thutmose did as instructed and later ascended to the throne, fulfilling the Sphinx's prophecy. This story underscores the Sphinx's role as a powerful protector and a divine messenger. In the Hall of Ma'at, the deceased faced their final judgment before entering the afterlife. Anubis, the god of mummification, guided souls to the scales of justice, where their hearts were weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth. Thoth, the ibis-headed god of wisdom, recorded the outcome. A heart lighter than the feather indicated a life lived in accordance with Ma'at's principles, granting the soul passage to the eternal field of reeds. A heart heavy with wrongdoing was devoured by Amit, the fearsome soul-eater, ending the soul's journey. This solemn ritual emphasized the importance of living a life of righteousness and truth, reflecting the Egyptians' deep-seated belief in moral order and justice.
The tale of Osiris, Isis, and the first mummy. In the ancient land of Egypt, the god Osiris ruled as a benevolent king. He was loved by his people and brought civilization to the world, teaching them the arts of agriculture and law. Osiris's reign was one of peace and prosperity, but his younger brother, Set, was envious and resentful. Set, the god of chaos and destruction, coveted Osiris's throne and power. Set devised a cunning plan to rid himself of Osiris forever. He secretly measured Osiris's body and crafted a magnificent coffin, adorned with gold and precious stones, that fit Osiris perfectly. During a grand feast, Set brought forth the coffin and declared that he would gift it to whoever could fit inside. The guests, intrigued, tried one by one, but none could fit. Finally, Osiris lay down in the coffin, and it was a perfect fit. In that moment, Set's loyal followers slammed the lid shut and sealed it with molten lead. They cast the coffin into the Nile, where it was carried away by the currents. Set proclaimed himself the new king of Egypt, spreading his reign of terror and darkness across the land. Isis, the wife of Osiris and goddess of magic, was devastated by the loss of her husband. She embarked on a perilous journey to find Osiris, driven by love and determination. After a long search, she discovered the coffin lodged in a tamarisk tree on the shores of Byblos. With the help of her sister Nephthys and the jackal-headed god Anubis, Isis retrieved the coffin and brought it back to Egypt, but Set's treachery was far from over. He discovered that Isis had recovered Osiris's body and, in a fit of rage, he tore Osiris into 14 pieces and scattered them across Egypt. Isis, undeterred, transformed into a bird and flew across the land, searching for the fragments of her husband. She found 13 pieces and, using her magical powers, reassembled Osiris's body. However, one piece was missing, the phallus, which had been swallowed by a fish in the Nile. Undeterred, Isis crafted a replacement from gold and performed the first mummification ritual, wrapping Osiris's body in linen and chanting powerful spells. Through her magic, she breathed life into Osiris once more, and he became the first mummy. Osiris, now immortal, could no longer rule the living, so he descended to the underworld, becoming the god of the dead and the judge of souls. There, he ruled over the afterlife, bringing order to the chaotic realm and ensuring that the righteous were rewarded and the wicked punished. Isis, revered for her devotion and power, became the protector of the dead and a symbol of motherhood and magic. Her son, Horus, grew to challenge Set for the throne of Egypt, continuing the divine struggle between order and chaos. This tale of love, betrayal, and resurrection is a cornerstone of Egyptian mythology, illustrating the eternal battle between good and evil, life and death.